Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the comparison series episode 9. And for the first time ever, we're not comparing legendary monsters. We're going to be comparing two epic monsters, two really good epic monsters. Ophiuchus, a nature/dark epic monster, and Nautilus 1, a metal/water epic monster. And yeah, this is the first time epic monsters are going to be compared. And the reason we're comparing these is because these are like two top tier epic monsters. So like always, there is a link in the description to join the Discord if you want to be a part of the conversation and if you want to give your opinion on which is the best monster. And you can't. I have the chat enabled for the stream, but I can't seem to bring it out. I think even when I looked myself on the watch page, it says that it's disabled. So, oh no, it's back. Oh, cool. Okay, it's back. Never mind. Scratch that. Welcome everyone. I guess they did an update or something, because now I can see the live stream. Okay, cool. This is awesome. Give me 1 second to put the chat on the video. Let me pop this up. Get the URL. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Let me exit this. And let me go back up here. Alright, cool. Change events chat. And the chat should be up on the screen now. And awesome, let's do this. So, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, we already have 5 people waiting to call, so make sure you join the Discord, and then you have to join the voice channel called join here to be on the stream. It's in all caps under voice channels, and I'm basically going to be pulling people one at a time, and that's how it's going to work. Now before you go to the voice channel, make sure that your mic is working, make sure that everything is good, because there's so many times when I bring people up and then their mic doesn't work or just something goes wrong, and it's always awkward. So we're trying to avoid that. I said I was going to do screening by this week, but that's actually not going to happen. Probably until next week or the week after, so we still got to work on that. But anyways, without further ado, let's bring in the first caller. Oh, by the way guys, like always, state your name if you want to so people know who you are, and then give your opinion. So, let's start with Krampus. Hello? You are on live. Yeah, that always happens. Alright. Let's try rabbits. Let's start with Krampus. You're on live. Yeah. What the heck? Calvin?
That always happens. Alright. Let's try.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, you're welcome. You are on live.
Yeah, hi. For me, I'd say on attack, of I don't know how to pronounce him. I'd say the grass epic is better because he has faster speed than Nautilus, and typically in epic wars you'll put speed team runes on the epic, and I'd say because of that, if it was a one-on-one Nautilus versus Ophiuchus, then Ophiuchus would outspeed him, and he'd be able to possess the whole team. And I feel like, but I feel like on defense, Nautilus would be better because he has 2 books, unlike Ophiuchus who has 1, and he can also AoE freeze, and he can magnetize the whole enemy. Also, his ultimate for me is just better.
Yeah. So the grass epic is better for offense, but for defense, Nautilus 1 is better?
Yeah, I'd say Nautilus is one is better.
Alright. Oh, you know what? I forgot to bring out the poll. But alright, thank you.
Oh, okay. And I also say for Nautilus 1, the reason I'd say the grass epic is better is because for Nautilus 1, he's a water legend, and typically in water wars, water epic, typically in water wars, the water legends will be immune to freeze. So Nautilus 1 his Glacier Blast won't really be that useful against them. Whereas for the Grass Epic, there are many like dark and nature legends who are immune to possession, but not as much as water legends who are immune to possession. And because he has bleed, and that's really useful in case one of the enemy just can't get denied from your team, you can at least make them bleed.
Yeah, he has some good DOTs.
Yeah. And another reason I say Nautilus is better for defense is because he has more life and more power, and for that he'll be able to survive longer. The only thing bad about him is he's slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to say.
Alright, thank you. Thank you for being the first caller.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Fourth.
Alright. Because I completely forgot, sorry guys. There is a link in the description to look at the poll, and then you guys can vote there. If you can't participate on the live stream, at least participate by voting on who you think is best. So let me bring that up right now. Who is the best epic monster? You pick Ophiuchus, Nautilus 1. Let's look at the results right now. Right now, Ophiuchus is winning 9-8, so he's only winning by 1 point. So if you want to change that, if you think Nautilus 1 should be on top, make sure you go and vote. Alright, let me get rid of that. We'll come back to this at the end of the live stream, and let's continue to bring in more callers. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Armor.
Hey, how's it going?
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Alright. I'd choose Nautilus 1 for offense over Ophiuchus because Nautilus is actually very good against legendaries. Because the problem with both epics is that their stats suck, which is why I often run a life rune on my Ophiuchus and a strength rune on my Nautilus, because you're never going to outspeed a legendary. The thing is, because Nautilus can give himself 3 extra turns, Ophiuchus' biggest threat is being possessed, because he will use that 2-turn possession a lot. Nautilus, however, if he uses Prey versus Hunt, Prey becomes Hunter, he can get extra turns and he can continue attacking. Also, with little runes, he can do an amazing amount of damage. I think he's overall better than Ophiuchus on offense and defense, as well as the reason why is because he can deal a ton of damage while attacking. Well, Ophiuchus just has one really good move.
Yeah, that 2-turn possession, huh?
I like using T-shirt a lot too because his AoE 50% 2-turn possession bypasses immunity to possession.
Yeah, I've heard. It sucks that it's 50, but the fact that he can bypass it, that's pretty cool.
I love that. I use him instead of Ophiuchus. He's great against legendaries.
That's awesome.
Gotta give a T-shirt a shout out.
Yeah.
I'm done.
How often do you find that it lands? Like 2 out of 3 monsters, 1 out of 3, or does it miss quite often?
I'd say 2 out of 3 is the average.
Oh, that's not bad. Cool. That's without like precision or anything, right?
And he's like he's as fast as Joppers, the fastest epic monster with an AoE deny still.
Yeah, he's pretty fast. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, thank you. Alright, so we have a vote for Nautilus 1, better on offense on defense. And then we have a vote for Ophiuchus, better on offense, Nautilus, better on defense. So let's continue to bring in more callers and see what they have to say. Let's try Krampus. You are up.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's good.
Good. Make sure to turn me off in the
me,
background. Oh, never mind, you're good. Go for it.
Okay, so for me, I would say the epic water monster. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Nautilus?
Yeah, Nautilus. His trait is pretty good, while the other nature monster's trait is horrible for me. Skills group 3, the Glacier Blast and the immediate response, that's really good too, due to the haste and the freeze. His Prey become Hunter, that's also good due to the extra turn, and skills troop 2 Arctic Shot is pretty good too.
I have a question. What happens when you do Prey becomes Hunter and then immediate response and you get the haste? How does that affect the turn order?
Wait, say that again?
What happens when you use Prey Becomes Hunter and get like 3 extra turns, and then you use Immediate Response and get Haste? How does that affect the turn order?
I don't actually know about that yet.
Oh, I'm curious.
But Magnetizing Immediate Response also, and Magnetizing Prey Becomes Hunter is also good.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much all I have to say.
Alright, awesome. So Nautilus 1 it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Alright, cool. So another vote for Nautilus 1. This is funny because in the poll, keep in mind, Nautilus 1 was behind by 1 vote. So I wonder if people's opinion is going to change. Let me check. And... Hello?
Oh.
Hey, you're on.
You here? Yeah, my apologies.
It's all good, you're on.
I think in my opinion, I would have Ophiuchus to be better.
Why is that?
Wait, give me a sec.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, for some reason my iPhone speaker doesn't work. So I had to use the call part. But in my opinion, I would go with Ophiuchus because of the fact of his 2-round possession, even though I love Nautilus 1 in the process too. I think in my opinion, I would have Ophiuchus. Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm just waiting for you to continue.
Huh?
I'm just waiting for you to continue.
Oh, okay, sorry. So, Nautilus 1, even though he has a 3-turn, since he has a 3-turn, extra turns with Prey Becomes Hunter, he's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
But for both, they're pretty good in offense.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's a good. That's
if I were to
they're
choose
both
between defense and offense, I would choose offense, and I would choose. Well, for offense, I would choose Nautilus, and for defense, I would choose Ophiuchus.
Wait, for defense?
But overall, I like Ophiuchus better than Nautilus, thanks to his 2-round possession AoE.
Wait, so just to make sure, on offense you prefer Nautilus, right? Did I understand that correctly? You Sonic?
What? Oh, sorry about that. I was listening to my video. Plus, I have background thanks to my brother.
Oh, you said you preferred Nautilus on offense, right? But not on defense?
Yeah, I would put Nautilus 1 on defense thanks to his 3-turn extra turn.
Okay, alright. Got it. You got anything else to say about these 2 monsters?
Both good deniers.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all.
Alright, thanks for being on. Alright, so the battle continues. I really quickly actually want to take a look at the poll, see if anything has changed. Oh wow, we have a lot of votes now. And take a look at that. Nautilus is still behind. Did I misspell Nautilus? No. Nautilus is still behind, but this time by 2 votes. There's 38 votes, so if you want to give your opinion on who's better, make sure to vote on the straw poll. There's a link in the description. Let's go back to Discord and keep on polling people. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, you're on live.
Cool.
Who do you think is better?
Neat. Ophiuchus? I never knew how to pronounce his name.
It's all good. It's all good. There's different ways. There's no really correct way.
Just the green guy.
The green guy. I like that. The green guy. The purple guy.
Yeah. So, while Nautilus might be broken, I still think that AoE put 2 turns possession is like one of the best things you can do. I still think that. And also he's kinda, and if you can, he's actually pretty easy to obtain, and also a lot of early players might be able to use him, which is nice, because early players can use this guy to their advantage, though you may have to up your dark and life temples. So yeah, that's what I think.
And what do you think about Nautilus? What are your thoughts on him?
Well, yes, he is definitely, broken. Still great. But I'm still bringing up the early players thing, which is a lot of people will be able to get him to like level 10, which is sort of bad for early players. I still think Ophiuchus is, whatever his name is, the purple guy, is still probably better.
All right.
So those are my thoughts.
All right, cool. Thank you. Oh, he turned off. All right, we're gonna keep on bringing people. Hello?
I'm here, Armor.
Hey, give me your thoughts.
So this comparison, because the two epics can be narrow down some reasons why one would be better than the other.
Go for it.
So first of all, I wanted Ophiuchus, but then I decided to side with Nautilus because I find him better. So the thing I'm going to explain later why I changed my opinion. So before I start, I wanted to touch a little bit on the stats that they have. Okay. Now the major difference being that the speed of Ophiuchus is better than the speed of Nautilus. That really doesn't matter, since both of these guys are used as a second deny, and the enemy's epic will probably lose a turn from your legendary deny. So I don't think speed really matters for epics.
That's a really good point that I'm surprised no one brought up. That's a really good point. These are like treachery
Thank
monsters.
You. So I think we can all agree that Ophiuchus is better used at elements who don't have a lot of position immunities, such as fire and earth. Meanwhile, Nautilus is better used at every war with the exception of water, since immunity to freeze is far less common outside water than immunity to position, which is commonly seen in other elements, since good monsters have immunity to position. Now, I'm going to talk about offense first. Ophiuchus has a 2-turn possession, which helps him a lot on offense, but and also his 2-turn possessions has a 2-turn cooldown, which he can keep if you have a really bad luck with missing attacks. He can really just simply rotate his position. But Nautilus too can rotate his AoE freeze with the 3 extra turns, because you use your extra turn move, then you freeze, then you hit, then you recharge, and then once Nautilus gets his turn, he gets his extra turns, and then he freezes again, which are 4 turns, and then he gets his freeze again. So rotating the freeze for Nautilus is not a problem. And one other thing I wanted to mention is that Nautilus can dish out damage. Meanwhile, Ophiuchus can't really outdamage him. He just applies dots. Also, if you attack faster bases, the only thing that stops Nautilus from AoE freezing is a stun or a stamina drain. Because if he's possessed, then you would just magnetize your own team and then freeze the enemy. And honestly,
I love doing that. Yeah, that's a good.
Wait one second. And honestly, that's a great point, because you know what a pain is when you're stuck against faster bases when attacking. Now the big player for me choosing Nautilus is the defense. Now, because players will mainly use monsters with extra turns who are commonly seen in fire, which hasn't a lot of immunity to position, so that also is a weak point for Nautilus to put Ophiuchus, to put Ophiuchus on defense. And so yeah, you only possess for 1 turn, which is the same as freeze, because the fire monster or whichever monster has an extra turn simply does its extra turn and negates 1 turn of possession.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, which having 1 turn of possession is almost the same as freeze when you're defending, because the enemy will just simply recharge. And also, the trait for me is a big player here, because your epic will always get denied by the enemy denier, which makes the things so hard for Ophiuchus, since he isn't immune to anything. He can be stunned, he can be freezed, he can be possessed. And imagine getting your Ophiuchus possessed in defense, and then he possesses your team again. Meanwhile, Nautilus in defense can be both immune to freeze and possession if the AI plays it right. And one last thing I wanted to mention is that Nautilus in offense can set up for a metal attack, which I guess it's also a good point.
Yeah.
But I'm done.
Oh, that was really great. You brought up some really good points. Thank you.
All right, Armor, I wanted to say one thing, if I may.
Yeah, go for it.
I wanted to thank you about your live stream, because I'm a really shy guy. And your live streams have really helped me to talk face to face, and they've been helpful for me in real life. So thank you.
I am really glad. That is awesome, because when if you see my earlier videos, like I stutter when I talk. They're like so bad I want to redo them, and I was in the same way. And because I started live streaming, I think I got better at it. So I'm glad it's helping you out. That's awesome.
All right.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Alright, so that was awesome. So not only did he give some personal insight on how his live streams have helped him in his personal life, as far as Monster Legends, he does really good analysis. So he brought up that Nautilus, like, he's immune to freeze. He's also technically immune to possession, because if he does get possessed, even if he gets 2-turn possessed, you just magnetize your own team, you get 3 extra turns, and you can still freeze the enemy monster. So that's a really good benefit to Nautilus 1. Also, he can set up for a metal monster, so if it's ever maybe mechanical war with epic, Nautilus, not only can he freeze the enemy, deny the enemy, he also sets up for your attacker to like take out the enemy. And then just really great points on Nautilus 1. He also mentioned what I'm surprised no one really mentioned. These are 2 epic monsters, so in a real war, like, their speed doesn't matter too much, because most likely your deny monster, your legendary monster, is going to be running 3 speed runes. It's their job to deny, which means the epics, it's their turn, it's their job to deny like the 2nd time. So speed, yeah, Ophiuchus is slightly faster, but in the grand scheme of a battle, epic speeds don't matter too much. You know, you'll typically run maybe 1 speed just to outspeed the enemy attacker. Maybe you'll run just team speed to help the deny monster. So really great points. All right, let me keep on bringing people. But again, that was so awesome. I'm glad that it's helping you in your personal life. All right, give me 1 sec, everyone. Let me see how chat is going. Chat is always chat. All right, let me bring up. Hello?
Battle. Epic speeds don't matter too much. You know, you'll typically run maybe 1 speed just to out attacker. Maybe you'll run.
Am I on?
Yes. Could you turn off the live stream? All right. And go for it.
My vote goes to Nautilus.
All right. Why?
Huh?
Why?
Okay, first of all, the guy before me explained about the speed not mattering and about his trait being very important. But what he didn't mention is the fact that Owhewcos' Delphi Guardian, you can't keep redoing it. It may possess for 2 turns, and it may have 2 2-turn cooldown. But when you actually think about it, right after you use Delphi Guardian, they go, and which means if you use Owhewcos as a main denier, which many people don't do, he will after 2 turns, the team will attack and then the team will die. But the best way to use Owhewcos is with demise.
Why with demise?
Because
Demise is very fast, and if she was to ever use strength from beyond on Ophiuchus, Ophiuchus with his low speed would be able to go first and deny.
So deny right off the bat, 2-turn possession of the enemy.
What makes Nautilus better is the fact of how good he is on defense. He has an attack that gives him free turns. We know that he can freeze. He can freeze the entire team, and he can daze. And let's compare this to Ophiuchus, who can only give nightmares to the entire team, poison, bleed, and one possession.
Yeah.
That Ophiuchus is in 2 books, while Nautilus is in 2 books, and Ophiuchus is only in 1, making Nautilus a lot more versatile when it comes to being used.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No, thanks for being on. This was your first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm Calvin.
Yeah, this was Calvin, everyone. Alright, so Nautilus is getting a lot of love on the live stream. However, on the poll, for some reason, Nautilus isn't winning. This is interesting. Let's continue to bring in more people. Tara, you're on. Tara? And let's try Jax. Are you there? Hey, are you ready?
Yeah, Ophiuchus, man, he's the best.
Why is that?
Okay, 2-turn possession. It used to be. It used to be 3.
I don't think it was. Oh yeah, go for it. Never mind. I won't interrupt.
Yeah, I thought it was 3, and then they dropped it down to 2. Is that correct?
The cooldown or the possession last
the cooldown on the actual move.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe in the chat they can answer.
Because the way it goes, you can use, as long as the enemies don't have immunity to possession, you can keep them possessed the entire time. Because by the time it's Ophiuchus' turn again, after those 2 turns, you just repossess them. Yeah. But also, I'm surprised nobody mentioned this. The survival dungeon, if you pair General Thetes, Elite Sea Troops, and then you use Ophiuchus, you're going to get even the ones with Bulwark, you're going to get them all. And the survival dungeon is a breeze. You just put a support monster, somebody that just, like Thetes, that gives that precision buff and then refreshes the stamina every round. You're 100% through the whole survival dungeon, and you never have to take a hit. And also, you can use somebody like for the 3rd monster that has either a stun or a freeze for the ones that are immune to possession. So just so you don't even have to take a hit through the whole survival dungeon. Yeah, Ophiuchus he was like my first epic that I just fell in love with. I used him over like the legendaries that I had because of that 2-turn possession.
Yeah, it's crazy for an epic monster. He's better than some legendary monsters. That's insane.
Just because of that one move he has, yeah. And like you could pair him up with 2 other legendaries and just let them do all the work. But Ophiuchus, he does a lot of DOTs. He has poison, he has bleeding. You could put AoE nightmares. I mean, you could just dot him up, especially if like you're versing an Oros or something. You just put a lot of damage over times on. He's a very versatile. But Nautilus is also, they're both extremely good. They're both extremely good for different things. Nautilus is actually, he can kill legendaries because he's so powerful. In 1 turn, he can wipe out a whole team. Because you have to take into fact that you have 2 other legendaries with Nautilus. So when it comes to his turn, usually he's last. He could just finish off whoever's left. So I mean, you can't lose. Either one you run, they're extremely good epics. Probably the best ones.
Yeah, for sure. These 2 are like, this is why there's a comparison on them. They're both extremely good.
Yo, and I want to say I love you, man, because that video from yesterday about the team shop, and I was able to pick up so many legendaries for 150 gems, and it's like, I mean, I can't even believe it. And this has been going on for a long time, and nobody even knew about it. So
it's crazy.
You really broke the boundaries of YouTube by letting everybody know that, because, you know, nobody had the balls to do that, man. That was awesome.
Thank you.
My hat's off to you.
Thank you so much.
Definitely the best. Definitely the best monster legend ever, man.
Man, I'm blushing right now. Thank you so much. It really helps,
cool,
like reading comments like from your, like, exactly what you said. Because I've been reading through them. People got the level 3 speed rune, the level 10 speed runes. They got Igursis. Some people went all the way to Elementium. It's awesome.
I got the I did the Elementium with rares.
Awesome.
I just kept resetting it when I got to like 36,000. I just reset it, and it took an hour or 2 or 3. I don't even remember, but it was worth it, man. 250 Elementium for what? Just for some gold? I think I spent like 6 million gold, and I got 250 Elementium. It's crazy. Everybody needs to do that, by the way. I mean, it's there. It's been there for a long time. Just nobody knew about it. So, you know. But yeah, Ophiuchus, man, Team Ophiuchus for sure. He's my first, and he always has a place in my heart.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
Keep making the good content. Peace.
Will do. Thank you. All right, so everyone, that was Jax. Just so everyone knows, really great. Really, he gave. Sorry, I'm still blushing. He gave a really good idea. If you're having trouble with survival dungeon and you happen to have this epic monster and you have General Thetes, you know, it might also work with someone that could give increased accuracy, but you also want that increased stamina. So maybe you could run like maybe Incognita, maybe Lux. Just give him that position. That way his 2-turn possession can land. And then your third monster could maybe have a stamina recovery skill or like another mobilizing like stun. But yeah, really great insight. And we're going to keep going with this live stream. So I'm reading that the poll isn't working. So give me 1 second to figure out why it's not working. It should be working. I'm going to post it in the chat right now. So I definitely want you guys to vote so we can see who's winning or who's going to win by the end of the stream. There's one person on right now. Hopefully this works. Give me 1 second, everyone. Hello? Hey, are you ready for the discussion? Awesome, go.
Okay, so wait, I don't know how to pronounce like the nature monster.
Just call him the purple guy. Let's go with that.
Okay, so the purple guy, he's like pretty good, you know, because of the 2-turn possessions and the 2-turn cooldown. And Nautilus is pretty good too because of the AoE freeze and the extra turn magnetize. But I don't know if some people know this because the AoE magnetize, which gives you an extra turn, it actually gives you like 3 to 4 extra turns.
Yeah,
which can be like really crucial.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can use that to your advantage. And just like the fact that Nautilus has been more available than the purple guy, like, you know, and like other events. Yeah.
Let's suppose there was a scenario where you did have Caesar as a main deny, say like a 3 epic war. In that case, who would you say would be better?
In that case, I would say Nautilus.
Nautilus? Okay.
I think that the other guy's good too, but I just feel like since we've had like more chances to get him, we've ranked him up probably like to rank 3 by now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he'll be like better.
Okay, awesome.
So that's what I have to say.
That's good. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on. Alright, cool. And the poll should be working now. Make sure to vote. Let's continue to bring on more people. Hello? Playing Monster Legends. Are you ready for your opinion? Nope. He left. Bring you back. Hello? Are you ready to give your thoughts? Alright, go for it. Are you ready for bring you back? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
I think Ophiuchus is better because of his AoE 2-turn possession.
Alright.
Hello?
Okay, sorry I had to take him out. I don't know what was going on. Okay, we're gonna check the poll right now because I don't see anyone waiting to call, and I'm really curious. Alright, let me bring it up again. And I'm gonna click on results. And oh wow, that is not what I was expecting. Ophiuchus is at 36 to Nautilus 1 at 28. 64 people have voted, and Nautilus is behind by 8 now. That's insane. Wow. Where's all the votes? Come on guys, vote. Alright, give me 1 sec. I haven't even voted. I'll vote at the end. I'll give you guys my thoughts at the end of this. I'm gonna pull up Terra. Terra is waiting. Let me get rid of the straw poll. Hey Terra. Terra.
Hey, Elmer.
How's it going? Going good for me. How about you? Awesome. Give me your thoughts. Fine. Give me your thoughts.
Okay, Nautilus versus Ophiuchus. Good comparison first off. My vote goes for Nautilus 1. For the first off reason is he is AI proof. If you run the build, he has a AoE freeze, he has a single target freeze, and he has a 50% single target freeze. Not last, he has a free turn extra turn skill, which is pretty decent. And I would say in terms of offense, Nautilus has problems with other water monsters. He only deals water damage. And one thing I wanted to add up is to the question of yours of the haste thing. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm curious what happens with haste.
What happened to me a lot of times was after I used Prey Becomes Thunder, and then I think the skill is called, what's the skill called again?
Immediate response.
The haste skill. Immediate response.
Yeah.
After I use that with Prey Becomes Thunder, if I land, Ophiuchus never gets a turn in, ever.
Never?
He just, nope, never. He's losing all his turns.
That is weird. So there's some glitch going on there.
That's a major bug. It has been live since its release, and yeah, for some reason it's a bug after you use it with Prey Becomes Thunder. If you land the haste, only if you land the haste, you will lose all your turns. You'll never get a turn in. It's like his speed disappeared. It's gone.
That's interesting.
You never get a chance to attack. Yep. You basically lost the monster because you cannot attack with him anymore.
Wow.
And with Ophiuchus, the thing with him is he only has 1, while Ophiuchus can run actually 2. Like in a whole, he can run 2 deny skills. And his extra turn skill, since it gives 3 extra turns, it basically has no cooldown. The skill itself has basically no cooldown. So after you use Prey Becomes Thunder, after you got your 3 turns in, you can use it straight up again. You get 3 extra turns. You like rush through your cooldowns really fast of your AoE freeze, of your single target freeze. Yeah, and for Ophiuchus, sure, his possession is good. It's a 2-turn, but I would say for offense and defense, I'll stick with Nautilus 1.
Team Nautilus 1.
Yo, yeah, hashtag Team Nautilus. Don't forget. So yeah, my vote definitely goes for Nautilus 1.
Alright, that's awesome. Thank you, Terra.
As always, bye.
Later. Alright, so we have yet another vote for Nautilus 1, and I don't see any more people on the Discord, so I guess this is a shorter than usual stream. Normally they go for an hour. I'm surprised maybe I didn't announce it enough that there's going to be a live stream on these 2 monsters. But anyways, for the first time I think I'll give you guys my thoughts between these 2 monsters. So like many have mentioned already, these 2 monsters are really good. Deciding which one is better, it's such a hard thing to do. It's also very situational, you know. Obviously if you face magic monsters, you probably don't want to take Ophiuchus because they're immune to possession. Obviously if you're facing water monsters, Nautilus 1 he's not going to be able to immobilize them. He's still not necessarily bad because he can also deal some damage. So it really depends how you build your monsters. You know, Ophiuchus, he's pretty much, you always give him all team speed, or if you need him to be a main denier, you give him a speed or two, team speed. You know, it really depends on the kind of war, the scenario. Nautilus 1, what I like about him, by the way, I'm team Nautilus. I think Nautilus 1 is superior to Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus, yeah, he has a 2-turn possession, which is incredible. It's like, it's basically a game-changing skill, right? Ophiuchus by himself, if he was to somehow go first, if you run Ophiuchus all speed and you run your legendary monsters with team speed runes, and Ophiuchus, if he was to land the possession of all the enemy monsters, it's basically like a 6 against 3 fight because the own enemy's monsters are attacking themselves for the next 2 turns. That's insane. It's incredible. But still, with that being said, like that's like his main strong attack, right? After that, you can AoE nightmares to cut damage. You can do poison, bleeding. That's all nice. His trait though, immune to poison, that doesn't help out too much. Moving over to Nautilus 1, he's immune to freeze. That is incredibly good. Prey becomes Hunter. This skill is bugged right now. It gives him up to 3 extra turns. The way it works is, if the enemy has 3 monsters alive and use Prey becomes Hunter, you get 3 turns. If there's only 2 monsters alive, you'll get 2 turns, and if there's 1 monster alive, you get 1 turn. Well, because he has an extra turn skill, he's basically immune to possession, he's also immune to 2-turn possession, and obviously he's immune to like corruption, he's immune to any sort of possession, so that's amazing. And not only that, he's also magnetizing the enemy, which as mentioned previously, this sets up for your metal monster to attack. That's incredible. There's so many scenarios where you can use Nautilus and a metal attacker. So can you imagine you magnetize with Nautilus, you get your extra turn, you can do an AoE freeze, so that immobilizes the enemy. You can do a single freeze, so you have a greater percentage chance to actually land it. And look at this, it actually has a 1-turn cooldown. Like, you can realistically do Prey becomes Hunter, then Arctic shots, and let's say you really need to mobilize the 1 monster on the enemy team. Arctic shot, let's say you miss, right? You can recharge, do Arctic shot again. Like, it's crazy. Or, because I don't know if you have enough stamina to do Prey becomes Hunter, and then Arctic shot, then Glacial Blast, and Arctic shot again. But it's just so much, it's so crazy. And I actually don't run mine with, I think, I don't run, there's a skill I don't, 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot what my skill set is. I don't think I run the single freeze. You can and you probably should. I think I run Prey becomes Hunter, Glacial Blast, Surface Strike, and Pressure Strike, and I actually use my Nautilus more offensively. So mine does Prey becomes Hunter. They're magnetized. I do Pressure Strike. I run a Strength Rune, by the way. I do Surface Strike if I need to kill 1 enemy monster, or I do Glacial Blast if I need to mobilize. In my opinion, Nautilus 1 is just incredibly phenomenal on offense and on defense, whereas Ophiuchus, he's really good on offense. Like, no questions, hands down, he's really good on offense. But Nautilus, overall, comparing both of these monsters, overall, I would say he takes it. And yeah, that's going to be how I'm going to conclude the stream. So, lastly, we look at the poll, see if anyone's opinion changed, see if anyone has anything else to add or vote or say. Let's take a look. And here is the poll. I have to vote, and I have to make sure they know I'm not a robot. And I'm going to vote. And currently, it is Ophiuchus at 44 votes. So he's up by 14, whereas Nautilus 1 is at 30 votes. So I guess I'm in the minority. I guess all of us that are Team Nautilus are in the minority. Even though a lot of us actually call on the live stream, I think the majority of people on the live stream said Nautilus, but according to the majority of the people, Ophiuchus is the winner. So take it for what you will. You can listen to the people on the live stream, you can listen to the people on the poll, you can listen to your own opinions, whatever you want. Right now is the time where I want you in the comments either put hashtag Team Ophiuchus or hashtag Team Nautilus, and then we're gonna let that run and see how it goes. Let me pull up the live chat again. Let's see that thing go. Events chat. Alright. And then Nautilus got 1 more vote. Oh, you know what? Let's bring up this too. Alright, I saw some changes. 45 to 32 right now. And then I'm seeing hashtag not my epic. Anything? Oh, there it is. There it is. Team Nautilus, Team Nautilus, Team Nautilus. Team Agursus. That's the wrong video, buddy. Team Heyman. Heyman always gets mentioned, no matter even if it's not a legendary comparison. Team Armor Gaming. I agree. Team Ophiuchus, Team Ophiuchus, Team Heyman. Oros for Life, Team Nautilus. Team Ophiuchus because Nautilus is gonna get fixed. That is a really good point. I'm curious, what does everyone think if Nautilus was to get fixed? Let's say they cleared that bug, and honestly in the forums there's been talk that they were going to fix that bug. They haven't done it yet, but supposedly they are going to fix this where he doesn't get 3 extra turns. He's only going to get 1 extra turn. In which case, is he still the best monster? That's a question, that's a conversation worth having too. Anyways, with that being said, once again, thank you all for being a part of the live stream. Next live stream, next comparison episode is going to happen on Friday, not on Saturday. I'm actually going to be gone for the weekend, so we have to do it on Friday. So I hope you guys can join me then. I'm going to create a poll. Also, let me know in the chat what 2 monsters you want to compare next. And then we'll go from there. So make sure to check back to vote in that poll. And like always, thank you all for joining me. And like I already said, like always. And remember to dream big and pursue your passions.